Hey there! Today we're going to be talking about a tiny little pen. It's tiny in it, but it's quite cute. This is the Kaweco Liliput Kolibri, which is German and Dutch for hummingbird. You know, anyway. This was lent to me by Appelboom. Thank you. It's new. They've had Liliputs before, but this is like the sort of burnt, what do you call it? The flamed metal burned, like, so you get the iridescence. It's really cool. And I'm going to cover the parts of the pen. I'll do a writing sample. I'll tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it. Thanks, Joost. I appreciate it. Let's get started. Okay, let's talk about the Kaweco Liliput in Kolibri finish. The box itself is kind of iridescent too. They've done that really neatly. I do really like that. And it has some recycling instructions. Cool tin, slightly different tin than we're used to, so I think that's neat. Even that seems to have a little bit of the iridescence too, just ever so slightly, I find. Inside a little pen condom, there's a Kaweco sticker for my sticker friends out there. And there are how-to filling instructions and that sort of stuff. But what you really want to see is that cute little pen. So let's do that. I'm going to put out a pen stand because it rolls. It's a small pen. Here it is next to a Pilot Metropolitan. So what we're looking at is Kolibri, right, so hummingbird, iridescent, PVD coated, stainless steel body, nibs. I think they're about number 5. They're certainly small. Extra fine, fine, medium, broad, and double broad. Nice, there's a double broad. Special collection. The Lilliput model goes back to the 1908, so that's quite neat. It wasn't iridescent like this, I'm assuming. 129 euros, that's 106 excluding tax. And you can buy a clip for 7 euros and 5 cents, which is not a terrible idea. It's probably going to ruin the aesthetics a bit, but it rolls. It's a really rolly pen. Quod erat demonstrandum. Now, let's cover the parts of the pen. Top, finial, the Kaweco logo, nice, again, iridescent, so that's pretty cool. I should probably zoom in a bit because it's so tiny. We have the Kaweco collection on the cap there. That's all that there is on the cap. I'm just trying to get it to catch some light. I'm using very bright desk lights, but otherwise, so that may spoil the effect a little bit, but otherwise the videos are so dark. Barrel, same thing. So I would say it goes from a nice blue-green to a deep violet. It's really neat. Neat how they've done it. And then you have these threads at the end to post it, which is a good thing because when you uncap the pen, you're really left with something tiny. It's almost like a toy pen for me. Other people might find it easier to use. For me, it's too small, unposted. You get the section. Also cool that iridescence is there, and it is there on the nib, which I think is really neat because a lot of companies, when they do this, they don't coat the nib. Do this sort of what do you call it? Like a burnt effect on the nib. So it's really neat to me that they did that. Plastic feed, which has the Kaweco logo on it. I've always really enjoyed that detail. And then right now it is filled very simply with the cartridge that came with it. I think you can put away one of those fold away piston Kaweco converters in it if you really want to. I'm just going to post it. And then you have a decently sized pen, right? It's never going to be a huge pen, but then posted, it's I would say really usable and quite fun. Let's do some writing. Here we have, yes, it's small, Kolibri. This is a double broad steel nib, and this is the Kaweco purple, which I've always thought was quite a nice ink. I don't know what they call it officially, but I think it's only purple, so it shouldn't be too difficult to find. As a double broad nib, I will absolutely say I've seen broader, but it's a pleasant writer. It doesn't seem over polished, which I have seen with Kaweco nibs in the past. As you can see, really good flow. As to its wetness, I do remember the purple has a slightly drier ink, so that's a little bit of the ink as well. Line variation, interestingly, naturally, there doesn't seem to be an awful lot. Some broad, especially double broad nibs, are a little bit stubby, broader downstroke than side stroke. I don't really see that here. So it is a true round nib. Reverse writing, for those of you who enjoy such a thing, possible, gets a bit finer, but also seems to, strange, almost like a railroady effect. Not super comfortable, but it's doable. And I forgot the, always very careful, it's not a flex nib, you can squeeze out a little bit. So, fascinating, cute little pen. I was looking for the cap, it is of course on it. Let's talk about some likes and dislikes. What do I like? What do I not like about the Liliput Kolibri? I think it's beautiful. I think that iridescence, I'm just posting it, but I'm trying to do it so I don't drop anything. The iridescence is cool. They used to do this kind of stuff, but they didn't do the nib, and now they do the nib along with it as well. It looks neat, it creates a nice balance. I think it's really cool. I know that a lot of people love this sort of effect, so I think that's very neat. And again, I really like that they did the nib along with it as well. I will also say kudos on the double broad nib. I have in the past used Kaweco double broad nibs that were over polished, even some broads. And that were very smooth, but that skipped a lot. With this one, I haven't really had that issue. So I think that is really promising. I hope that's a trend. That's really neat. It's a pocket pen, and you know what you're getting. I hope when you buy this, so you know it's small. It's very small. It's even smaller than a Kaweco Sport. So you're really getting something very portable. I can make the whole thing disappear in my hand, right? And that's neat. Carry it in a pocket, it's going to get some dings and dents. I think that's part of the charm of something like this. Things I don't like so much. There are three main things. The first is it is clipless, although you can purchase a clip for €7.05. So that stops the rolling, because it rolls off your desk when you just look at it the wrong way. It's completely round, right? So that's one thing. Another thing I will say is converting it is a little hard. So cartridge converter, that's a little hard, although Kaweco has that fold away sort of little converter. That should fit in it. I haven't tried it, but it's about the size of a standard international cartridge, so it should fit. But you have to get that, because other converters are not really going to fit. Including that sort of push-pull type. Sorry, I just have a Gravitas pen here that I know has that converter. You may have seen these. I first saw this on some Monteverde pens. Even that small, it will not fit. It's too small for this pen. So there is that. And then the final thing I will say is this is not an affordable pen, I think, for what you get. Yes, it's cool. It's a special edition. I get it. That's going to add some value because it's a special edition, and no matter how you feel about it, it's going to be limited and run, etc. But 129 euros for a pen this size, without a converter, it's not supplied, even though Kaweco makes them, and the tiny little nib, it's cool, but you pay quite dearly for it. Now remember, friend will give you a 10% discount at Appelboom, so if you do that, and if you're overseas, you don't have to pay the tax, you'll get a slightly better deal, of course. But still, it's by no means a cheap pen, and it just has to be, you have to call it what it is. It's not cheap, it's expensive. So there is all that. I do think it's very cool. I just love the way it catches the light. I mean, it is really neat. So there is all that. I hope this was useful. A very kind thank you to Joost. Let me know what you think of this pen in the comments. I always like reading that. And that's it. Bye.